Welcome to the Crumdale Connection. I'm your host, Jessica Willingham. I'm speaking with Crumdale Partners President of Enterprise Revenue, Jake Willcox. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, Jess.
Thanks so much for joining us. So, tell me about Crumdale Partners. What challenges are you seeing in the market, and how are you providing innovative solutions?
Yeah, so the market is extremely large, right? And it's hard to navigate sometimes, but there's also a lot of consolidation that's happening in the market right now. A lot of carriers are vertically integrating their stacks around healthcare, and it's creating a need for new solutions because the options are limited, and they're becoming more limited year over year through this vertical integration that the carriers have been up to for the last couple of years. So Crumdale's job really is to seek alternatives and provide disruptive, innovative solutions to our partners that they can then take out to their employer groups to show some value.
And can you speak to some of those solutions that you provide?
Yeah, sure. So our integrated health offering is extremely exciting. It is a direct competitor to some of those carrier options where we are decoupling and unbundling all of the services and provider services that the carriers are bundling together that they own to drive a better outcome and to decrease cost.
So you're pulling together essentially all of the component parts in this fragmented marketplace, and you've got people backing that up. Can you talk about some of the brain power at Crumdale?
Yeah, sure. So Crumdale really is a people-first company. We have a ton of expertise. For over the last 4 or 5 years, our headcount has grown at Crumdale exponentially. We're bringing the brightest minds from around the industry and around the country to the Crumdale team. We're utilizing all of that expertise to navigate this complicated system that we have here, to build solutions from the ground up, to partner with best-in-class vendors, and to pull it all back together and make it super easy and simple for people to use and to understand.
And when all of those elements align, everything comes together to work for you, for your partners, brokers that you choose to work with, and their employer groups. And the model at Crumdale is quite unique in the way that you work with those broker partners. Can you speak to what you're looking for in those relationships?
Yeah, sure. So this obviously doesn't work unless everybody wins. So we call it a win-win-win. So, when our employer groups are saving money, our brokers look good. So the employer group wins, the broker looks great, and they win. And we're ultimately winning too because we're reducing cost and driving waste out of the system. So, we wouldn't have a business unless we were able to provide that win-win-win. And so Crumdale really operates as a insurance entity working with distribution partners or brokers, agents, and consultants to help them with their opportunities with their employer groups. We don't go direct to employer groups. We work exclusively through what we call our limited distribution model.
And what are you looking for in those brokers as part of that limited distribution model?
Yeah, so what we do really is different than the way healthcare has been delivered over the last 30, 50 years. And some of the distribution partners out there in the United States aren't good fits for Crumdale because we're actually doing something that is counterintuitive to how they've operated and maximized their own profits all of these years. The carriers, play funny games. They utilize overrides and incentive bonuses, and sometimes those dollars that come on the backside are too important and they're too insurmountable to create a relationship with Crumdale, who's looking to really drive waste out of the system and create better outcomes and lower cost. And when a broker partner isn't aligned completely with us, and they're really relying on that brand name of that carrier partner and those overrides and those incentives, it's hard for them to move to a product like ours.
So Crumdale really is all about alignment of interests. And when you work together, everyone wins. Crumdale, the broker, the employer group, and most importantly, the employees you serve. Can you talk about what alignment of interest means to you and any closing remarks?
Yeah, sure. I think, as our business continues to grow and we learn more about the marketplace, the more about the needs in specific markets, what the brokers are looking for, what solutions are out there, we're going to continue to, innovate and ideate and build new solutions and make what we have already today even stronger and more robust. At the same time, we're constantly evaluating our limited distribution network of partners. Things happen, things change. We need that alignment more than ever so that we can produce the better outcomes. And ultimately, if we have those better outcomes and we have that alignment between our broker partners, it's really good for them too, because the last thing that we want to do is spend a lot of time working on projects or opportunities that go nowhere. And brokers don't want to waste their time either, right? And so now more than ever, it's important to understand, what does the data tell us? What does the process tell us? And utilizing data and process to figure out who is a good partner with that alignment in mind.
Well, when we work together, everyone wins. And I really appreciate your time today. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.